Hey, how you doing today, Miss Nunn?
I'm doing all right. How you doing, sir?
Doing good, man. I appreciate you coming on time, man. I appreciate you coming and sit with me. And we're just gonna be really loose, have a good conversation today. I'm gonna ask you a few questions. And my first question today is, what brings you in to come see me?
I've been having a little problems with my time management and being able to do different things and being able to work around my schedule because with my job it's very demanding and I have to work, extreme hours. Like I'm working at least 60 to 70 hours a week. So, I'm busy all the time and I don't get to, kind of come home and be with my family and be with even myself, just having moments to myself, just being at home. Being able to work with music. I also like to make music as well. So I don't even have the time to focus on those things. I'm trying to figure out how to balance time with my job or what changes I might need to make to get better at that.
Gotcha. I understand. So, if I'm not mistaken, and just to kind of maybe summarize everything, you're not having like a lot of time to really do the things that you really want to do. And it's mostly because of the time constraints that you have on yourself, working, being responsible, for your relationship, your girlfriend, and things like that. And having to work such hours, it's like, 50, 60 hours a week. Is am I hearing things correctly?
Yes, definitely. Those are some of the problems that I'm having. Also, along with problems of getting enough sleep. Sometimes I'm just not even rested enough to have that time.
Definitely. And how does not getting enough sleep, how does that affect you throughout the day, along with you working these types of hours, everything like that?
Oh, well, definitely. I get very sluggish. Sometimes I can wake up very upbeat and kind of get my day going, but, as soon as it hits a certain hour of the day, I'm already tired because I didn't really energize myself enough the previous night before. So it's a struggle going on throughout the day, just trying to make it through. So
I can imagine. That really does have an impact on your body, especially over time. Not getting adequate sleep. Wow. Okay. Let me ask you this: What are some of the things you feel are prohibiting you from getting towards making more music? And when I say that, I mean, what are some of the problems that are preventing you from what I seem to interpret as your passion? You know what I mean? Is it hard to, are there just not enough hours in a day?
just not enough hours in a day. After a long day of work, I come home. If I gotta cook dinner, I gotta make something to eat, all those kind of things. And then by the time I get myself upstairs and get ready to start working on my music, it's already so late at night that by the time I'm really trying to be focused, and then I'm already losing energy because previously I probably didn't get enough sleep. So, it's really hard. When I get my off days, I kind of get into it, but, having that full passion, I'm just so devoted to so many more things and doing so many different things all the time that I can't, put my mind on, say, hey, I'm thinking about music. It's not always music. It's, doing my truck orders and things and different things at work. If I've got to work with my team and make sure everybody's doing their job right, I'm always constantly thinking about things like that versus actually being able to have time to think about different little music and things I got going on in my head. So definitely a challenge.
Okay. Let me ask you this too. Being involved with music, I understand that takes creativity. And I understand that you definitely want to be in a good place when you're making music. You're being creative. You want to just let that flow. Having these constraints, not getting enough rest, does that impact, your ability to be creative, even when you do get a little time to, focus on your music? Does that impact it?
It does. It definitely impacts it. It impacts it so much sometimes that I can't really ever grasp that focus and things that I need. So.
Okay. Are there things that you've maybe considered in regards to cutting back on that time at work? Is that an option, or maybe working less hours? Is that an option?
Well, working less hours could possibly happen. I've been working on trying to cut back on some of those hours because I told my job that it's been just a little bit too much. But and in scaling that back, it's possibility for making a little bit less money, because the overtime has really been nice lately. So it's really been helping out on a lot of the bills and things that I'm preparing myself for. Because then, true, I have made a couple of trips in mind that I'm trying to take and things that I'm really trying to do for me because I haven't had the vacation time as is. So, I do have things planned. It's just, now taking that time off, will give me some more of that time that I could probably actually use. It's just getting to that point, and really working it out with my job, maybe.
So if I'm hearing you correctly, the opportunity to maybe cut back on some of those hours could present itself in the future. Like you said, it's just getting to that moment in space, maybe getting to that moment in your career to where you can possibly ask for that. Because right now, don't get me wrong, like you said, the overtime is definitely helping out, but there still is something that you want in regards to getting some of that time back to focus on music. Okay. Let me ask you this: Are there things that you feel maybe you could cut back on at home? Some of those responsibilities, and maybe loosen some of those up so that you can maybe focus on music more.
Some things probably could, I definitely, spend a lot of time with my girlfriend when I come home, so we make sure that we spend lots of time together and do lots of different things, which is really great for our relationship, and it's very strong right now. I'm not sure on how much I could actually balance the two out between trying to get a little bit more music time in and, give her the time that she, deserves, and that we need to be spending together so we can develop our relationship. So it's a yes and a no, but I don't know which one will be the right way or how the right way to go about it will be.
Okay. Do you think there's ways that maybe you and your girlfriend could collaborate to maybe free up some of that space to focus on music?
I'm not sure, actually. I'm not sure if there's anything that we can really collaborate so much on, because she's not really so into what I'm doing and all that kind of stuff. She supports me. It's just that it's something that she kind of, goes and does her own kind of thing every time I kind of do it, and it makes her upset sometimes. But, is that something I should deal with, or is that something that, I should be trying to make work better? So that will be a question.
I can definitely understand where you're coming from. It sounds almost kind of like a double-edged sword, I can definitely understand that. In terms of like music and your passion, have you considered ways that maybe you could prioritize your time? I understand that you say you have weekends off sometimes or off days. Let me ask you this: how do you spend those off days when you do get a chance to have them?
Some of those off days I could have been spent, at home, or maybe with my girlfriend, or different things, or maybe taking a trip, or maybe hanging out with a few friends that I haven't got to see in a while. I have been devoting more time towards that. But those are just times where I get open time, and I'm looking for, being able to be a little bit social out here in the world, especially when it comes to music as well. That's something that adds to it. I've got to, if I want to at least make music or be able to, do it and show people what I'm doing, I don't want to do it all just for myself. I want to be able to, at least let my friends and people, hear what I'm doing, so it's good to get out and socialize with people, to give me more ideas and thoughts and things about my music. So that's what I normally would typically do on all of that.
Gotcha. So there's definitely a social aspect towards music and your ability to create it too. So that's important to it as well. Am I right in saying that? Okay. So if I'm hearing you correctly, definitely your off days, you're kind of aiding towards your music a bit, because you're involving yourself in that social aspect that does attribute itself towards music. It's just you're not getting as much time as you would like to focus on strictly the music aspect. Am I right in saying that? Okay. What are some ways that you think that maybe you could prioritize those off days to maybe try to get a little bit of that social aspect? Maybe try to, spend some time with your girlfriend, and also maybe get the music thing going too. Do you think there's some ways maybe you could kind of try to block off your day, maybe schedule a little bit better so you can get that time to focus on music more?
It's a possibility I could probably do something like that. Maybe, wake up a little earlier, on that off day and really just start to get my brain working to make some music or, take time to eat or whatever it is I need to do to get myself together in the morning. And then maybe go hang out with some friends earlier, maybe have some lunch or something like that. Do something like that to kind of get things going, and then maybe back to more music or whatever it is, or devote it to my girlfriend or whoever needs the time next. And you try to make sure I work out maybe one more music session between the rest of the night. Something like that probably will work.
Okay. And I think that would be a great idea. Let me ask you this. Now, even through the weekday though, the days that you have to work, are there ways that you think you can maybe fit music in on some of those days too? Maybe not all of them, but maybe at least 2 or 3. I do, and I am aware, and I do want to be sensitive towards, you work in those 10-hour days sometimes, 9-hour days, and also still having to come back, and do your household duties as well, and give time to your relationship. But do you think maybe we could apply some of that prioritizing in those days too? Or do you think definitely like it's just you're exhausted and then it's just so much energy to be given out? You think that maybe it could work for those days too?
I guess I'm more on the in-between on those days, but it could probably work itself out to maybe get an hour, maybe, depending on what it is I'm trying to do, so maybe make a quicker dinner or something like that instead of, cooking my specials, probably which would take me like an hour or so to make, maybe cook something in about 30 minutes, shorten the time up on stuff like that. Maybe something like that could work.
Okay. And I definitely want to, just try to get you as much time as you can to devote towards music. That way, you can really feel fulfilled and get into your passion. You know what I mean? Tell me this: what kind of things does music do for you? Getting involved with that. Devoting more time to it. How does it benefit you?
Are you saying how does music benefit me?
Yeah, like let me see. What does it do for you that your job doesn't, really do? Things you do on a regular basis. Does it provide you any fulfillment? Does it feel good when you're making music? Like, what type of feeling does that give you?
It's definitely fulfilling. Just making music and being around and hearing different sounds, different drums, whatever else that it is. It could be a marching band. It could be any kind of music that there is. Just the creation of it is something to be marveled. Something to look at every day. Because it's ever changing, ever different all the time. There's something different about it every time you listen to it. So just hearing music brightens up my day, brightens up my life, and being able to make that kind of music and being able to express it to people. It's like looking at art, but you're like listening to it,
And I take it you've been involved with music for a while now, for a long time.
Yeah. I was born kind of listening to music. That's kind of how it's been my whole life. A few musicians in my family and things.